Back to the notion of terrorists and terrorism. This word has come up in relation to Mr. Ayers.
Yes.
Hanging out with terrorists,
yes.
Domestic terrorists.
Yes.
Are we changing? It's been said that it gives it a vaguely post-9/11 hint, using that word that we don't normally associate with domestic crimes. Are we changing the definition? Are the people who set fire to American cities during the 60s terrorists? Under this definition, is an abortion clinic bomber a terrorist under this definition? Governor?
There's no question that Bill Ayers, via his own admittance, was one who sought to destroy our U.S. Capitol and our Pentagon. That is a domestic terrorist. There's no question there. Now, others who would want to engage in harming innocent Americans or facilities that it would be unacceptable to, I don't know if you're going to use the word terrorist there, but
anybody who raises a weapon up against these people who are slaughtering these babies, before God and the entire world right now, I say, you are doing God's own work.
They better get used to fire, eternal fire.
We've always used lethal force.
Even homicide is justified.
I think there's plenty of reason for the guilty to always live in fear.
And the abortionist is a mass murderer, and he may be stopped even by killing him.
The only cause that's worth fighting for is one that's worth dying for.
It's just a question of how I lay down my life for him.
I was in prison for the destruction of numerous abortion facilities.
Now, Paul Hill has called for Supreme Court judges to be killed, and also for chemical and biological weapons, and we support this call.
Not that I would consider killing an abortionist foolish.
Civil war that could cause the rivers to run red with blood.
We end abortion on demand by the most direct means available to us. So stop the abortion with a bullet if that's what it takes. Stop it with a bomb if that's what it takes.
We're the good guys!
I don't know if you're going to use the word terrorist there, but
the FBI says Eric Rudolph is responsible for these attacks and others. Authorities believe Rudolph is hiding in the rugged mountains of western North Carolina.
32-year-old Eric Robert Rudolph was originally charged in connection with the bombing of an abortion clinic in Birmingham. The U.S. Justice Department has now charged Rudolph with the bombing of a family planning clinic in Sandy Springs, the bombing of the Other Side Lounge in Midtown, and with the bombing of Centennial Olympic Park.
And raised a shotgun and fired 3 times. And I lowered my aim, and the second shot hit his body. His body reacted very violently.
Dr. David Gunn was shot after getting out of his car as he came to work at a Pensacola abortion clinic. Protester Michael Griffin was convicted of the murder and sentenced to life in prison. At the trial, Griffin's supporter said the murder was justified.
I followed that with 3 more subsequent shots, and he stopped moving.
This is no ordinary crime by any stretch of the imagination. We're talking about a prominent doctor gunned down inside his home while his family was present. The Amherst doctor was shot and killed while standing in his kitchen.
It was the 5th such sniper attack in 4 years on abortion doctors, and they have all occurred precisely at this time of year.
There's also no question that I hope others will act in ways similar to the way I acted.
I don't know if you're going to use the word terrorist there, but I don't know if you're going to use the word terrorist there, but it's unacceptable, and it would not be condoned, of course, on our watch. But I don't know if what you're asking is if I regret referring to Bill Ayers as an unrepentant domestic terrorist. I don't regret characterizing him as that.
Well, I'm just asking what other categories you would put in there. Abortion clinic bombers, protesters in cities where fires were started, Molotov cocktails were thrown, people died.
I would put in that category of Bill Ayers anyone else who would seek to campaign to destroy our United States Capitol and our Pentagon and would seek to destroy innocent Americans.
My name is Sarah Palin, you all know me, Vice President nominee of the GOP. Gonna need your vote in the next election. Can I get a what from from the senior section. McCain got experience, McCain got style, but don't let him freak you out when he tries to smile, cause that smile be creepy. But when I'm VP, all the leaders in the world gonna finally meet me.
Why do William Ayers and the Reverend Jeremiah Wright matter? The answer, we are told, has to do with Barack Obama's judgment and character. Judgment in choosing to associate with them. In our fourth story, what we learn applying this litmus test to John McCain. We told you last night about the U.S. Council for World Freedom, on whose board McCain sat for years. If that tells us anything, what does August 30th, 1993 tell us? On that day, McCain attended a fundraiser for the Oregon Citizens Alliance. He can't claim he wasn't warned. Going in, 30 protesters picketed him for endorsing the anti-gay group. Prior to McCain's appearance there, a Republican senator, a colleague of his, Mark Hatfield, warned Senator McCain not to do it. McCain's own staffers called it the invitation from hell, the Oregonian newspaper reported. An Arizona newspaper column previewed the speech with this headline, quote, "Hate group finds friend in McCain." And yet McCain went, sat silently, offered no rebuke during or after the remarks by this woman, Marilyn Shannon, who praised a local woman who had just shot a doctor less than 2 weeks earlier. A doctor who was a former Navy flight surgeon, a sonogram pioneer, was shot in both arms because he performed legal abortions. Unlike Ayers, who did not endorse terrorist activities during his meetings with Obama, this woman, Shannon, said of the shooter as McCain sat there, quote, "She's a fine lady." A judge who later sentenced this fine lady for a campaign of, yes, bombing women's clinics said, quote, "Though I am loath to call anyone a terrorist, you are a terrorist."
I don't know if you're going to use the word terrorist there, but...
All the marriage in the house, put your hands up. All the marriage in the house, put your hands up. All the plumbers in the house, put your hands up. All the plumbers in the house, put your hands up. When I say Obama,